heard that some of the striking workers broke into a meeting and kidnapped Her Holiness. Can you believe it?
Good luck with your search. Whenever I'm looking for someone in Trira, I start at the Nine Worlds Tavern on the west side of the city. Your odyssey is beginning to intrigue me, Alex.
Live from Cairo, where the headmaster of a Tarsus Academy has been taken into SSC custody. Parents are in an uproar over the discovery that Silas Archer was actually a member of the fanatic anti-biomodification group, the Knights Templar. He has been working undercover at the school with designs on a number of the top students. Apparently, he had orders to murder these children. Fortunately, his plan was uncovered in time.
Hi, I'm NG Resonance. I depend on my singing voice. That's why I drink Pequod's coffee. Nanoscale scrub bots are brewed right into every serving, so the sensitive tissues in your throat are strengthened and repaired with every swallow. Pretty cool, huh? Not to mention the edge it gives me before a big show. I don't know what I'd do without my Pequods.
Pequods, coffee for a new generation.
We would all like to feel a bit safer and more in control. Whether it's a concert where people get a little out of hand or a lonely walk home late at night, for the times when you need a little extra punch, Horde Riot Control Products gives you the Stun Prod. You can instantly interrupt the function of an assailant's nervous system, rendering him immobile, but without terminating him, releasing you from any untidy liabilities, just in case your trigger finger was a little itchy. Horde RCP, when you need a little extra punch.
This is SSC headquarters for Trira.
The commander can answer your questions.
Name and business, please.
Alex D. Who are you?
Vera Maxwell, Executive Commander for the SSC.
For Trira?
No, globally. We're taking these summit preparations very seriously. You and the other delegates will be able to conduct your business without any distractions.
Are the leaders planning to hold a press conference or anything?
Not today, but Chairman Dumier would like to speak with you. He's in the interrogation room upstairs. Don't worry, no one's going to get interrogated. Just a safety precaution. Mr. Dumier will remain in the protected compartment for his own safety.
Until further notice, Mr. Dumier will conduct business only from behind a secure barrier.
Trira is your home. Surely you must have some insight into why they would kidnap your lady, Her Holiness. She is practically a patron saint in this district.
Indeed. The people here are very devout.
Was it the strikers? The Panzerworks Union? I thought they were friends of the church.
I'm afraid that in Trier, even the most faithful are less than pleased by the appearance of their spiritual leader partnering with the WTO.
Your followers must understand the need for dialogue.
I've done my best to explain this summit to them. Frankly, it seems unlikely even to me that the church followers will ever countenance the closed, monolithic communities of the WTO. But I suppose that's a matter for the wise discretion of Her Holiness.
Yes, it is. If she is still alive.
Let's pray that she is.
I appreciate your candor, Luminon. Now, if you'll excuse me. Alex, let's talk. Meet me at the visitation room down the hall. Hello there. Alex, from the Tarsus program, right? Good work on the interrogation of Dr. Nassif in Cairo. Teleportation, is it? Apostle Corps must have a line on some alien technology.
It does sound a little far-fetched.
Well, if we're lucky, you'll be giving the portal a test drive before too long. Good to have you with us. I had my staff procure this extra biomod canister so that you might be a more effective operative.
Thanks. Apostle Corps must be a pretty serious threat to be a concern to the director of the WTO.
I've been following the Apostle Corps investigation very closely. Your loyalty in this matter would be a great asset. However, we have a more pressing crisis. Her Holiness is missing, along with my security chief, Donna Morgan. I can't be distracted right now.
Anything I can do to help?
You came to Trier looking for a certain Apostle Corps official. I need you to stay focused on that objective for right now. If I find out that one of these strikers from Panzerworks hurt Her Holiness, though, I might have a slightly more dangerous assignment for you.
I understand.
If anything happens to Her Holiness, I don't want to imagine what will become of the older church.
After all the equipment they wrecked and stole in the name of preserving the natural order, I do not understand why the WTO would agree to a summit with these freaks.
The order is not so aggressive in other cities. This Saman just went extreme on them.
It is why we had to do something. This summit is useless. We need to chase them out of Trier entirely.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but yes, I am tired of paying for their crimes. Every time they mess with the plant, it comes out of my paycheck. Those order freaks should just shut up and get real jobs.
How is it going?
Hey, sir.
That right was started by the workers, not the order.
The workers, they just want a production bonus. But now they get nothing because the Seeker sabotage has pushed them on ships.
Panzerworks bonuses are an insult. The order is taking on the corrupt management on behalf of labor, hurting Nova, only damaging machines.
Seekers, more like sneakers.
A few extreme activists, that's all. Her Holiness came here to try to settle it peacefully, and Panzerworks responds by erupting into riots.
If SSC would have shut down the order months ago, there would be no riot. And we would not be living under lockdown now. I have to live under curfew because a bunch of tree huggers will not leave the boat factory alone.
Hey, I'm looking for the Nine Worlds Tavern. Can you give me directions?
You are lost, my friend. The tavern's clear on the other side of town to the west.
Thanks. I suppose this summit meeting must be good for business.
It's a shameful distraction. A bunch of potentates whining and dining, plus they bring in their own coffee.
What about the press, the added security?
A big show to distract everyone from the fact that the system is broken, both the Order and WTO. I filed a lawsuit under both jurisdictions, and all it's done is sit in a drawer somewhere.
Who are you suing?
Pequods. They run ads on the public terminal right across the street from my shop, and they don't even have a branch in Trira.
Is that illegal?
It's false advertising if the product doesn't exist, right? I would very much like to see the file they have in the evidence room at the SSC station. The suit was dismissed, but they won't tell me why. Or what I'd pay to know what's really going on.
Hi, I'm NG Resonance. Welcome, Alex D. Hey, you left New Cairo without seeing me perform.
Sorry, I had some business to take care of in Trira.
Just don't stand me up again. It's not very nice. So, you must be here for the summit.
In a manner of speaking.
Clever girl. What's the matter? Don't like talking politics?
There are some things I like to keep my own counsel about.
Let's hang out again sometime.
You must be private security for one of the factions.
Not exactly. Who wants to know?
Name's David Kurzek. These are dangerous times.
Is this a sales pitch? Why don't you get to the punchline?
I think we both know what we're talking about. I'm a representative of the Omar Black Market. I can arrange a meeting if you wish.
I didn't know the Omar employed non-cyborgs.
Normally I'm just a supplier, but with the summit happening, they need a rep who doesn't draw a lot of attention. Go to the abandoned Kuro shop above the Nine Worlds Tavern, a place called Durbalatenda Raba. I'll let the Omar know they should expect a customer.
Trira's just been a circus lately. You're in the way.
Panzerworks finally reached their breaking point.
Her Holiness comes to Trira to make peace, and her gesture is answered with rioting.
Panzerworks did not take kindly to our efforts to open their eyes to the harm they are causing the Earth.
What can we do? I worry for the safety of Her Holiness.
Have faith. This must be part of some greater order we cannot yet see.
Not now, friend. We are discussing the crisis. The Panzerworks factory has erupted into a riot and the violence is spreading.
What's the situation right now?
The city's under martial law, but the attacks on Seekers continue.
The WTO and Order have long been at odds. Why the sudden flare-up in Trira?
We've been trying to persuade Panzerworks to stop polluting this region and restore to nature what is rightfully hers.
But don't the locals depend on the factory for jobs?
We can have jobs and sustainability at the same time. We tried to make this point in our peaceful protests according to Luminon Saman's orders.
Didn't these protests end up shutting down the factory several times?
Some machines were damaged, but no living beings were harmed.
Still, vandalism's a crime, right?
Only if preceded by an impure motivation. However, since Saman's tactics were not working, Her Holiness came to Trira to try and reach some form of truce. Now we have no idea where she is.
Really? Maybe I should look into this.
Meanwhile, we have been accused of theft, which is ridiculous.
We were only following Luminon Saman's directives. We had no idea it would come to this.
The Nine Worlds is a no-weapon zone, strictly enforced since the riots.
So you want me to disarm in the middle of a war zone?
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deactivation procedure before entry. I'll transmit the encrypted safety lock bytecode, which will effectively freeze all your weapons. Sensors at the exit will automatically reactivate everything you're carrying when you leave.
Here you go.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on in.
Time again for a talk bullet. In the bullseye today, Chairman Dumier of the WTO. Welcome, Chairman. I admire what you've done for the world community. Hi, Brent. You've proven once and for all that a sound economic infrastructure establishes confidence, trust, and a good life for everyone. Why demean yourself by negotiating with a religious cult? Well, Her Holiness is a woman who... I'm embarrassed for you, Chairman. Seriously, you're kneeling before con artists. I'm turning red. Look at me. I'm turning red just thinking about it. I'm a diplomat, right? Her Holiness and I... Take my advice and call the whole thing off. Encourage them, and you just make the church into a bigger problem. Mark my words. I'm afraid that's all the time we have. A pleasure, as
Real
always.
smart.
This has been another Talk Bullet.
For the first time in decades, meteorologists are detecting a dissipation in nanite swell 11. In the history of the 14 nanite pollution clouds globally, no natural disintegration has ever been observed. 5 years ago, there was a significant shift in swell 9, but that was caused by El Nino. Most predictors seem to indicate that all of the nanological clouds were permanent after effects from environmental damage done in the wake of the collapse. This unexpected change is great news for the citizens of Old Cairo, who had grown accustomed to the permanent haze which was suspected by many to be the cause of the higher incidence of certain diseases in the Medina.
2 more payments.
Panzerwerks. It's not just a name, it's a commitment. To security, to safety, and most of all, to the community. Our facility in Trira provides more than half the population of the city with a job they can be proud of. The production of bots, from security grade to military level, helping to keep the world safe.
Always on the clock.
Right now we're expanding production, so we're looking for new faces. You might be the next vice manager in charge of servo receptors or armor arc welder technician 3. Submit your application today.
Yes, it appears Kerzak has found us another customer.
Yeah, he told me where to find you.
And the Amar are grateful to you for your help in avoiding the Templar raid in Cairo.
I did what I had to do.
You will appreciate our merchandise. You are a welcome customer, having helped us in the past.
What are you selling?
I have a black market biomod canister. Enables non-piezochem functionality.
If you choose this item, we will direct you to a drop site for it after you have paid. Or you could take 3 scrambler grenades which produce viral electronic transmission that affect bots and temporarily switches their alliances. And I also have 5 multi-tools used to bypass security devices like keypads, cameras and turrets, and to pick locks. As a preferred customer, you may purchase items at half market price.
No thanks.
It is foolish to pass up this opportunity, but that is your choice.
A member of the Order. Are you with the Summit?
Certainly not. I live here in Trira. Seekers here don't care very much for this notion of a summit.
Why not?
We have heard Luminan Saman's call for a return to Scripture. In this shard, we read the Scripture, the original word of Her Holiness, not what she says for the camera today or tomorrow or 2 weeks ago.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? That's exactly the attitude that opens the door to tyranny in a free state. Remembering only what was said on the last talk show. What's the value of a free press when attention spans are so short?
I was just curious about the Summit. Sorry to interrupt.
Her Holiness and Chairman Dumier are making a business deal. It may bring money, it may bring power, but it won't bring balance into the lives of ordinary people. If Her Holiness thinks she can put us all into a great pre-collapse wealth-making machine, she must think she's a god.
You sure you're locked up?
Noah Guevara has been in my family for 3 generations. I've been locking up since I was a boy.
I told you, those weapon mods are stolen. They don't belong in a display case on the side of the road.
The last place the authorities will look is the Noah Guevara shop. I am a respected businessman.
I'll just be glad when we can make the drop for the Omar.
You must be in town for the summit.
Sid Black, how'd you end up in Trira?
This way and that. Thought I could catch some business when the summit breaks up. Seen the sights, yeah? Don't mind doing local hops in between stock beer.
How much?
Any hops during the next 24 hours, just 50% more than the going rate for one hop. Can't beat that in this market.
I'll let you know.
Onward,
Strangers
elder
welcome.
soldiers.
Just don't make any speeches.
Alex D. A welcome encounter.
How's the search coming?
I've made some discoveries. I think that you've brought me to the right place.
What's the passenger's name?
My instructions forbid me to say.
Maybe I could help if I knew who it was.
You've been very helpful already. My computer analyzed the transceiver in your temporal bone and found some interesting data files.
Those are encrypted files.
I found the key some time ago. I will be using your eyes and ears to gather more data. As compensation, if you need a pilot for any reason, I will be available.
I don't like being spied on.
Your notions of privacy are old-fashioned. It was a love of privacy that brought on the collapse. A love of secrets, plans, and personal possessions.
I still don't like being spied on.
Perhaps I'm too aggressive, but a society in which everyone understands everyone else is something I think we all should strive for.
How about I bug your chopper and make this learning process go both ways?
Very soon we will be connected. A great advance will change what it means to be human, and there will be no further need to conceal information. But that world is not yet here. My chopper is ready when you are.
I'll check back when I need a pilot.
Alex D., you're the last one to arrive. I suppose that, like the others, you're after my laboratory in the gateway to J.C. Denton.
You're Tracer Tong.
I see that Dr. Nassif didn't exaggerate about your mental acuity. Yes, I'm Tong. I suppose you will be wanting some answers. You may have already guessed that your true name is Alex Denton.
Dr. Nassif was telling the truth. I'm a clone of J.C. Denton.
With a few postnatal recombinations, yes, but our work has moved away from clones.
So this gateway, I can use it to find J.C. Denton?
Yes. Beneath the ruins of the Black Gate, J.C. constructed a portal to his secret base in Antarctica. Only descendants of the Denton cell line can go through. However, the facility is already in the hands of the Templars.
Did the Templars use the portal? How could they unless one of the other trainees?
Unless the Templars have already convinced one of you to go through the gate and murder J.C. Exactly. At a minimum, they have a highly placed spy who has torn apart our organization, starting with Chicago.
What else do you know about this spy?
Whoever it is also helped the Templars kidnap Her Holiness during a meeting with the Panzerworks Union. They are holding her at the Blackgate Laboratory. I'm going to give you a code to a secret entrance, which is in a room on the second floor of the East Tower, 2521. Look for a keypad hidden behind some crates.
For all you know, I'm a Templar myself.
Then Apostle Corps has already lost everything. Rescue Her Holiness. Save the summit for the sake of both factions. They will help you against the Templars. You will need the help of the WTO and Order just a little while longer.
I understand.
Here's something to give you an edge. A biomod infusion. It isn't much, but it's all I managed to grab on my way out of the laboratory. The time is coming when you will have to choose sides, Alex.
of the WTO here. So you found that old fool Tracer Tong. I would like to know what you were talking about. Please report to the Trira SSC station.
The Nine Worlds is a no-weapon zone, strictly enforced since the riots.
So you want me to disarm in the middle of a war zone?
No, you've just got to consent to the standard deactivation procedure before entry. I'll transmit the encrypted safety lock bytecode, which will effectively freeze all your weapons. Sensors at the exit will automatically reactivate everything you're carrying when you leave.
Here you go.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on in.
You must be in town for the summit.
We're having a private conversation. Hey, back off.
I have lived here all my life. Trira has seen a lot of history, but nothing like this.
Would you like to make a purchase?
The black market biomod sounds like a deal. I'll take it.
The drop site is the Blackgate Ruins, West Tower, top floor, in an unmarked silver footlocker.
Got it.
An excellent exchange.
Never have jammed those actuators at Panzerbugs and stolen that shipment of welders. Now you will pay.
I keep telling you, we stole nothing.
How stupid do you think we are? Every day we hear the Order accuse Panzerbugs of poisoning the river.
We never stole from you. We only employed the necessary tactics to stop you from harming the natural order.
Enough of this garbage. We know what you did, and now you are going to regret it.
God, let us stop to this. Here we go! Come back here!
I talked to Tracer Tong. He says that Her Holiness is being held by the Templars.
Interesting. Is he sure? We've noticed some Templar activity on the north side of town.
The Apostle Corps laboratory is underneath the Black Gate. That's where she's being held.
I'm glad you are willing to betray Tong's confidence.
He said I should get your help. Perhaps we all have a common enemy now.
Not likely. Tong always has an ulterior motive, at least where I am concerned. You have my authority to attempt to arrest you, but stay away from that old fool. He will lure you into the criminal underworld.
I'll keep that in mind.
Here's a key to the gate in the courtyard. Like I said, the facility is on the north side of the city. If anything happens to Her Holiness, I don't want to imagine what will become of the older church. Whatever its shortcomings, the church has at least brought stability to a large part of the world.
I can tell you what happened to your lawsuit.
You can?
Pequods and Queequegs are owned by the same people. It's one company. I saw the proof in the SSC evidence room.
I don't understand.
You're suing your own company, and the owners don't want the truth to come out in court.
You mean all of this, my business, the competition with Pequods, it's all some sort of fabrication?
Well, it's not unusual for a company to promote more than one brand of a product.
Unbelievable. They've deceived millions, hundreds of millions of people. We can't let them get away with this. Thank you. You saved me the hassle of hiring any more lawyers. I hope you'll accept a small reward.
I wouldn't stick my neck out if I was you. These are powerful people.
No. How can I knowingly work for an illegal monopoly?
If the parent company is WTO chartered, it probably isn't illegal.
So I just keep working here like nothing happened.
You're just one man. It's not wise to start a war before you know your enemy.